What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to episode 36 of All Hail the King. This is the video series based on a podcast segment that I do for the From the Helicarrier podcast. If you're not familiar with them, you can find them at www.thehelicarrier.com, and also I will place a link to the corresponding podcast in the description below. Make sure you go and check it out because that's where I explain what the video is going to be about. Now we are slightly behind, but for this one we're going to focus on Gorgon team-ups, but specifically ones that aren't Inhumans. Our first team-up for Gorgon is going to be with Thundra, and she's a great teammate because she also has a move that has Finest Hour, as well as Paragon Exploiter. Her level 6 Perfect Storm and his level 9 Show No Mercy are eerily similar because of this. For my agent's equipment, we're also going to try to build off of this, plus help to set them up. So what we're using is the Scroll of Aknazsak, the Synthetic Cube, the Hand of Apocalypse, which also has Paragon Exploiter, and then finally we're going to use the Neurotrope. Thundra, because of her Resolute ISO, already has Indomitable Spirit, but the first seal of Aknazsak will also help to keep our buffs intact, so it's mainly for my agent and Gorgon. This team up can be quite good, especially against a Protector, but it was somewhat difficult to find opponents in this level cap tournament. By that I mean the matchmaking is all over the place. Sometimes you face a tough opponent, and then you may end up facing quite a few weaker ones in a row. This first match was somewhere in between, but it is against a quick lock team, so let's see how they perform. First of all, we use the Neurotrope, and then lock in our buffs. After that, we still get to attack with the hand, so let's go ahead and place Off Balance on Quicksilver. This is easily one of my favorite weapons in the game, and with this attack, we almost finish off Quicksilver in one shot. I'll be honest, that was way more than I expected. But you know what the thing is with some of these quick lock teams, they're kind of like a glass cannon. They focus so heavily on attack that they can't take much damage. Because of that glass jaw, we're going to knock out Quicksilver with a Dance of Death, and we severely injure the other two heroes. I have to say that was a very nice AoE hit. Then after the enemy agent uses the Blackest Void, I'm still going to take the risk and try to hit Psylocke. First we get a Rolling Thunder setup move, and that's because of the Tempestuous Augmented ISO 8. Then the actual attack Cyclone Smash hits our own teammate because of Disoriented. Let's go ahead and get rid of that right now with the Light Fantastic. Then with the first of two attacks, we'll take out Psylocke with the hand. As long as this hits, it will most certainly drop her. Then I'm sure you can guess what we're going to do with our second attack, and that's also hit the enemy agent with the hand. So that's going to be the end of this first match, and I would like to show one more fight with this team up. Moving on, we're going to be facing a Groot and Pestilence Beast team. Now the funny thing about this is Thundra actually likes Protectors. That's because she has a passive called Wall Breaker. This says performs a follow-up attack against characters with Protect or Shield effects. When you add this passive plus her Tempestuous ISO and her Cyclone Smash, well, you're about to find out. But before that, with our agent, we're going to use the Neurotrope, followed by the first seal of Aknazsak, and then we can attack with the Hand of Apocalypse. Oh, and we have some extra good news apparently, the enemy agent also has a Protect. And somewhat shockingly, our first attack does take him down. Then after the enemy Groot takes all of his actions, we're going to see one of the rare hero triple attacks in the game. It really is quite impressive. So just like before with Thundra, when using her level 9 with her AISO, you are first going to start with the Rolling Thunder, then you'll move on to your Cyclone Smash, and then after all of this, if you're hitting a Protector or someone with a shield, you will then use a Lightning Round. This was more than enough to put Groot in a cutting form, and in fact he'll go into it twice. It's basically because both our second and third attack dropped him below 0. So anyways, with Groot in cutting form, we only have to really worry about Beast. And first he's going to use the Heart of Darkness, and then he's going to use it a second time. Next, even though it's not fully ready, we're going to use our level 9 Show No Mercy. And that move always reminds me of the Water Boy. The reason I use that move early is because once again, we're going to get 2 attacks with our agent, so we're going to finish this one in the same way we did the first fight. 2 hits from the hand is really hard to beat. So now moving on to our second team up, we're going to be using one of the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord himself. I'll tell you why in just a moment, but first, I was using a different browser. I tried to use Firefox and at first I was having some issues. So as you could see, we were getting some loading, and then for some reason the icons on the turn order bar weren't showing up. But luckily it does end up correcting itself. Now the reason I'm pairing up Star-Lord with Gorgon is because he does have Rising Up, and so with Star-Lord's level 1 Spray and Pray he can grant Finest Hour buffs. Then on Star-Lord's Element Gun he has an ability called Lit Up. This attack has Paragon Exploiter, and also Exploit Opportunity and Bleeds. So yeah, the fact that he grants Rising Up and has a Paragon Exploiter attack made me think he'd be a pretty decent team up. However, there is a problem against the team we're facing, and I think you can look right away and tell it's going to be Iron Fist. So after using the Neurotrope and the first seal, we're going to try to hit him with the Hand of Apocalypse and place Off Balance. This will counteract his combo breaker and save us a big headache. But unfortunately we miss, and right away he goes to work with the combo breaker. Then on top of that he's going to attack Star-Lord, and then use combo breaker on him as well. Fortunately our agent does get away with a Brawl, but if we only hit him with that off balance then he'd be done. Oh well, with Gorgon I suppose we're going to use his Dance of Death, and that is going to finish off Iron Fist. The bad part about that AoE is the Horseman of Famine is going to use 2 counters. Then with our Star-Lord I'm going to use his Stealthy level 6, but unfortunately Rogue does have Scan or Sweep. This comes from Satellite Support and it makes it so no attacks can be stealthy. As a result, after this Quantum Leap we're once again going to be double countered. The fact that this attack misses makes it that much more obvious that this wasn't worth it. However, it does make me 100% want to hit Rogue with the hand. She needs to have off balance. Plus it is the second round, so Momentary Advantage is off of cooldown. After using that armor ability, I'm going to use the Light Fantastic as a quick action. We definitely need to clear debuffs and make sure our teammates aren't so close to death. Next, of course I'm going to hit the Horseman of Famine with the hand. That needed to happen maybe even at the beginning of this fight. The fact that she gets 2 counterattacks and can do a lot of damage with them is really sick. As long as this hits we should be fine. So there it is, we do have off balance on her, and now we should definitely place it on their agent as well. That'll neutralize her combat reflexes counter. Oh, and Gorgon's going to join in with a Dance of Death. At this point I think it's time for Gorgon's level 9. That easily takes down Rogue, and so with Star-Lord and the cooperative AISO, we can use Rock's Fall as a quick action. This attack has Fatal Blow, so it's going to finish off the enemy agent. Then moving on to our final team, we're going to use Captain Britain along with Gorgon. This time we're going to heavily focus on Paragon Exploiter, and so I'm going to use the Enchanted Crowbar. This is going to cause Dizzy Exposed and Slowed, and it can also place all those debuffs from a counter. We're also going to use the Neuropurge, which has pressure points. Then I believe I placed the Pressurized AISO on Captain Britain's level 2, and Pulverizing on his level 1. You'll also notice Captain Britain has Air to the Otherworld. This can grant him an extra turn and Aurora of Valor when attacking someone with pressure points debuffs. Then lastly, if his target has all 4 effects, he'll cause Curse of the Otherworld, and then attacks against that target have a chance to grant an extra turn and restore health. So keep that in mind when I show you this first fight as an example of when things go right. Basically, when it goes right, you're going to win, and you're going to win easily. So we start out by using the Neuropurge, and then you can actually check out your enemies and see which debuffs they need. The enemy agent has Dizzy and Exposed, so he needs Weakened and Slowed. Iron Fist, by the way, had Dizzy and Slowed. He's going to use his level 1 on Gorgon, and then next we can actually take out the enemy agent with a Show No Mercy. Now this ending is what happens when everything falls into place and things go perfectly for us. So I'm going to use a Right as Might. This attack would normally apply Weakened and Dizzy, but we knock out the enemy Iron Fist and we gain our extra turn. So with that we can use a Britannic on Quicksilver, and that's going to one-shot him as well. After that I want to take one more quick look at this team and then we're going to end this video. Of course, for our final battle they give us another Quick Lock team. These teams are still all over despite Heroic Age Iron Fist and the Combo Breaker boost. I would be kind of scared to use them myself, but I guess that's just me. Anyways, we start by using a Neuropurge, and that will get you preemptively countered by Psylocke. That's one of the downsides to it being a psychic attack. Next I'm going to use the Enchanted Crowbar on the enemy agent. I want to set him up for a big first round knockout, so that ought to do it. Next, after Mental Coordination, it's time to show off our level 9. By the way, this is coming from a level 12 Gorgon. Granted, he does have a few buffs.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
So Captain Insano scores nearly a 40,000 epic overkill. Next, with Captain Britain, I'm going to try to use his Save the Queen, and this does have that pressurized AISO. Currently, Quicksilver only has Dizzy, so let's go ahead and use that. And right after we use it, we do get an extra turn. With that, I'm going to use our Britannic, and Quicksilver is going to be toast. Let's see how close we can get the Gorgon's damage. And yes, we did debate using our level 6, but instead, since Quicksilver is up next, we're going to take him down. After that, our agent can use Momentary Advantage, and also the Light Fantastic as a quick action. With our entire team completely safe and at full health, I'm going to get up to 2 attacks to finish Psylocke. So first we'll use our big damage weapon, the Hand of Apocalypse. After that, I'm going to win this match with an attack from the Enchanted Crowbar. So that's how this one's going to end. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to thank you all for watching. Lastly, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.